You know, every youth minister knows that one of the greatest influence on the lives of their kids, in addition to the parents, is their peers. So I want to ask, is there something about the way the kids are relating to one another, social organization, behaviors, that are exacerbating their experiences of anxiety?
Do you want to? Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about cyberbullying specifically as one kind of very specific instance, which happens to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the statistics right now. I'm thinking like 30% or something like that. What's interesting about cyberbullying is the kids don't ever get a break from it. And the messages go from pretty mild to mean really quickly. You should kill yourself or something like that. That happens frequently. And girls are targeted disproportionately over boys. But that's one example, I think, where we're seeing teenagers kind of benefiting from perceived anonymity and acting out what could happen anyway in school around popular kids and not popular kids, but something about that medium of social media seems to lead to cyberbullying, which, if it happens to a kid, has then long-term effects for years. I mean, that happens mostly in middle school, but then the effects continue through high school and beyond. So cyberbullying has long-term impacts on mental health.
Yeah, and staying with the theme of social media, which I think does many wonderful things, I think one of the challenges, particularly for adolescents, and we've touched on this previously, I think on the one hand, it sort of promotes this need to present a certain kind of self or a certain kind of life that may not be who one is or who even one even wants to be, but yet is expected as being kind of normative for the culture that they're participating in. And the other phenomenon that's tied to it is, on the one hand, kids are always connected, or at least potentially so, at all hours of the day, any moment of any day. And yet, in some ways, they're also inherently disconnected. And so there's a connection, but not the kind of connection that we're enjoying with a face-to-face kind of conversation. And I think the accountability in those relationships is different, meaning when you're connected but not connected, than the accountability in a relationship like we're having right now, or a conversation we're having right now. So I think that needs to be paid attention to as well, whether it's cyberbullying, whether it's young girls aiming for some sort of quote-unquote perfect physical appearance that they see in the broader culture as being most desired by themselves and by others, or if it's some other phenomenon that's getting perpetuated in a destructive way by social media. I think that needs to be paid attention to.